That inspiration is up for grabs.
I will do it. Hold on. I need to go into my drive for my notes. Hold on.
You get that inspiration.
Yeah.
I need you to know one of my favorite things every week is seeing what you write down.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually watch the streams so I can see your notes because
No, please
they're
don't.
wild.
No. I don't want to. I mean, I do stream it because I kind of have to, but I'm a little self-conscious about what I write. But oh well, it's fine. But it's fine. It's fine.
It's really good.
Ren, if it makes you uncomfy, I will just go to the audio.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But okay, so session 13 recap. We had a conversation with Toko, I believe.
Toko, yep.
Yes, we had a conversation. I think it was me and who else went with?
Alex.
Alex.
He was there looming.
Yes, that's what it was. Alex was there. We went to visit Toko. We asked him a couple of things about Waki and just information that he had. Information on Waki's father and things like that. What he thinks. Who he thinks. All these other things. What was the next one?
He admitted that he looked really suspicious.
Yeah. He believes that there's something amiss in the transfer of power for Waki, but he's not sure what. Ix and Nagi went to go talk to Goldwater about the inheritance stuff. And to ask if there was somebody around Shinji, Kenjiro, when he was still Lord. They got the information that I think it was Yuki was part of the staff, the cook, and so was Goldwater, but those were really the only other people, because the other ones were fired or quit when Waki became Lord. Other than that, the people who were fired or quit were in town, which we didn't go see or talk to them yet, but whatever. Julius had went to the library to look at some stuff, found some information on Kitsune and Lide stuff, and Aster was poking around in the attic and got possessed. And so he walked down several flights of stairs and attempted to kill Toko. He failed to do so. Julius attempted to stop him with command, but he cleaved a new mark into Julius's chest. Then the spirit.
I want to make clear, Aster conceded to the. It's just the one who was possessing him.
No, I know. Julius was able to make Aster stop, but this creature was able to use his momentum to act. And then left Aster's body, and there was chaos. Aster attempted to basically appeal and give up, basically. Gave his documentation, gave the name Esther. How do you say that?
Astrael von Ram.
Yes,
Astrael von Ram.
Yes. Gave that name, and we found out that Aster was a 30-year-old man. Trapped in a young body. He's been like that for a while.
Due to an undisclosed incident.
Yes. We found out that he's part of the Death Protection Order. And...
Cool.
Yes. Sorry.
It's okay, I'm just...
What else was there? Yeah. After that, we kind of had everything calmed down. I don't remember if there was anything specific that happened after that, but that night we all took watches on each floor of the estate. Nothing really happened too much on the other floors. However, on the 4th floor with Julius and Nin, we, around 3 a.m., Julius smelled smoke in the abandoned, Lord's child room area thing. Yes.
Nursery is the word you want.
Yes. The we were able to get the door open, and the floor was alight in like light blue fire and embers and stuff. And in the center of the room was a middle-aged man, human or half-elf, can't tell. Old clothing, not a style Julius recognized, and they were also horribly burned, and I think burning from within. And their hands weren't just hands, they ended in claws. And the last thing we heard was, "Your meddling has cost me time, take yourselves and leave," and we refused, so...
It's now combat time!
Yeah! And recap. Unless I missed anything, I think that was all good.
Yeah, I think that's all good. And also Ovi.
Ovi! I want to see the Ovi
Oh,
boy.
I cannot see the...
Oh,
I did not realize my camera was still on.
look at him!
It's a boy!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, he's
so
so
PK,
big.
you are still muted.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of that. I was just not saying anything.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you hadn't...
Soft
No,
boy.
I knew. Thank you, though.
Okay. Julius.
Hello.
What if he was Kitty?
Julius?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Catboy Julius, anybody?
Oh no. No. I mean, it's sad
Okay, but that
because
could be very funny.
What's sad though is if you convince you could probably convince Julius to do it, not gonna lie.
Catboy Julius! Catboy
Catboy
Julius!
Flo.
Oh my god.
Hey, Julius, a whoa?
A
You
whoa.
a whoa?
Oh
A
whoa.
whoa?
A woo.
Cursed.
Julius.
Yes, Parker.
It is somewhere between 3 and 4 night. And you are standing not too far outside of the Lord's bedroom, looking at a man floating maybe an inch or two off the ground with this blue flame spilling from inside of him. He trying to think about how to describe this. His threat seemingly gone unanswered. He takes a step forward, feet sort of moving, though not quite up against the ground. And as he moves, the sparks around him move as well, as if they are following him along. And I need you, and as he looks at you, he kind of... It's not that he breathes, because he doesn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like the flame inside of him constricts for a moment, almost as if on inhale, and then flares out, and the embers on the floor around you flare, and you feel the heat rise around you. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. First roll of 2021. Oh, that wasn't made to be an advantage. That's a 12. Yeah.
The saving throw isn't even that high, and you still failed.
Yep, it's Julius. We should expect this by now.
Nin is also going to roll. Nin succeeds. So Julius is the only one that's going to take this damage.
Well, if it's fire, I'm resistant. So
It is
there's
fire
that.
damage, however, you take 20 points of damage.
Oh
Jesus!
no! Is that halved?
Halved, yes.
Oh, wait, okay, so it would only be 10, or is that...
And, yeah,
Oh.
you only take 10. But
Okay. Oh no. Wait, hold on. I technically could use the favored by the gods thing.
You could if you want.
The way he just said that was super loaded. You should save that for later.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'll just take the damage. Ugh.
Is there anything you wish to do? If you attack, I will make you roll initiative.
Hold on a second. I want to see if there's anything he has that can make fucking noise.
He can
What?
he can scream.
Yeah, he can start fucking shouting.
I mean, he probably would start shouting, oh, shit.
Are you a type of tiefling that has thaumaturgy?
He does, I think. Hold on.
You can make that shout 3 times louder,
Yeah.
meaning your odds of waking someone are.
He does have thaumaturgy. He will, with thaumaturgy as his action, yell for... Who's at the level below us? Who's keeping watch? I can't remember.
It was Ixalia. It was Ixalia alone.
Okay. Next, we got a problem! Ghosty's up here! Fuck!
I'm going to say, because you did thaumaturgy your voice very, very loud, those on the second floor, so Irene and Nagi can also hear this.
Excellent.
And the 2 clerics are plonked out, because they are
Yes.
going to need to reshuffle their spells for the morning.
I kind of feel bad for the Lord because he's probably asleep, but...
Yeah, Waki is like, you hear, you can hear something just thud inside the Lord's room.
Oh,
Rude awakening.
He probably would want to know that there's a fire ghost right outside his room. For his own good.
And
as soon as she hears like screaming, can Nagi pick up Irene and just start running, or
Make
Like
me,
the grandma.
make me a strength check.
I think as a bonus action, he would have summoned spiritual weapon and would have hit this guy, so we're gonna have to roll initiative anyways.
Yeah, roll your attack.
I'm gonna do 3rd level for that, so I'm gonna...
does that actually make it more powerful, or is it not till 4th that it becomes more
It
It is
becomes
not
more
till 4th.
potent?
No, it's 4th.
I thought
oh
it gave...
no, that was 7.
You don't get to pick Irene up, but you certainly grab her by the arm and drag her
When
along.
you use a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage increases 1d8.
I swear.
Oh,
it's
okay.
4th level.
It must be something else that's 4th level. I don't remember what though.
Or higher, the
According
damage
to roll
increases by
20.
1d8 for every 2 slots above 2nd.
Yeah, for every
Okay.
Okay, that's
So
done.
yeah, you gotta do it for
Well, then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use a fucking, he'll just do it
Second level.
second level then. That's dumb. I thought it
Okay.
increased it at that level.
make your attack.
Stupid. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, the wording's bad. The wording's bad.
Ooh, there you go.
That will
18 to
hit.
hit. Excellent. Second level, yes. 13 force damage.
Okay.
Smack him in the face.
Whack whack.
Your spear comes up and it shoots forward as if it's going to impale him through the side. And as it goes, you can see it hit. However, in the second it impacts, his form sort of shifts and shimmers, and when it solidifies again, I mean, you don't know what a ghost looks like when it gets hurt,
Yeah.
but he looks fine. Not fine. He doesn't look fine. He looks like a ghost that's been burned from the inside out, but he doesn't look any different.
Bitch.
And please roll initiative.
Alright. Okay. Initiative.
No, I don't.
Oh,
wanna give
that's a 20.
you... Okay.
That's a much better roll, Julius. You're doing much better after those shitty rolls.
Okay, and then I will roll one. Well,
should second floor people roll to? Or
not yet. I'm gonna see how this next turn goes first.
Yeah.
Because this might not be a very long-lasting initiative.
Oh gods. Either we're gonna get him or he's gonna get us.
That's generally how this works, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Layer action! Layer action! No!
Layer action.
No! Liar!
Sorry.
Anytime Parker does something, everybody's converted into Marisha after Matt tells her how much damage she takes for the goldfish ball. You are lying. You are lying to me. Everybody turns into Marisha.
Actually, I think it does say liar. Am my eyes wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it does.
Yeah, it says liar action.
Shut up. It's fine.
It is fine. We know what you mean.
Hey. Darling, it's okay.
Thank you.
It's still freaking
so-
layer action.
There is a layer action.
Oh boy.
The heat that you feel, Julius, that as it sort of constricted around you, got into your lungs and made you take that damage, fades a little bit, but as the heat fades, it is replaced with smoke. And in about a 20-foot radius around him, so covering both you and Nin, the smoke rises and condenses and thickens until it's really hard for you to see. You are now he is considered heavily obscured, and attacks made will have. If you try to attack him, you'll have to roll higher.
Mm-hmm.
His AC is increased.
Unless.
Unless.
Magic missile, baby!
That is the lair action.
Alright.
Julius?
I think I'm gonna do a 3rd level magic missile.
I'm gonna check the wording of magic missile.
I don't
Hold on.
think it has to be anything, it.
The dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see. You currently can't see him.
Fuck.
that's a high quality OB. Oh, and Celeste.
Well, the spiritual weapon was already there. We're gonna attempt to hit it at disadvantage.
It's not disadvantage because he's not. Just roll.
Oh, okay.
Roll your attack straight. This is it. The effect I'm pulling on is kind of weird here.
Okay. Oh, that's a 25 to hit.
That beats his increased AC. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Oh, that's just 9 points of force damage.
You still hit him.
I did.
Yeah. You can see within 5 feet of you. It's just yeah. But again, like usually when you with spiritual weapon, you can at least feel the thing impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like the magical connection to the weapon itself has at least a slight physical response to it. And again, you can feel it hit something. It just doesn't feel solid. It feels more like you're hitting water.
Weird. As his action, he's going to attempt to viciously mock this thing. He can see it, right? Like, or
I misread. You can, in fact, actually cast Magic Missile. You can see him. I got that confused with a different thing you can do.
Nah, it's all right. I'm gonna go with what I had done damage with. I'll just viciously mock him as my action.
Well, you're not casting a spell. You're not recasting Spiritual Weapon. You can use a level spell with Spiritual Weapon.
Oh God, you're right. I was just thinking it's Let me see. Sorry, my mind was caught up on the bonus action thing, so I was like, oh, we can't do a bonus action spell and then another action. My goodness.
No, Spiritual Weapon is not cast again. It's
Yeah.
just up.
Yeah. My brain didn't think about that.
So I'll let you do Magic Missile because the Death's Heat, not the Death's Heat, the Where There's Flame, There's Smoke, their action is different than
Okay.
other options.
I will then cast it at third level then, yeah.
Okay, roll your
Might
damage.
as well. Let's see, do I have that on here? I think yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it didn't do it on the increased. Damn it. Oh well, I'll just roll the dice.
Hold on, that's... Okay, that did a single dot, so you need to do, 4 more.
Mm-hmm.
44 plus 4.
Hold on. 4,
Although,
3, 4.
there's some schools of thought that, you only need to roll 1 magic missile and have it, and the damage is done across the...
I make everyone roll everyone.
I know. I was about to say, that school of thought is bullshit and game-breaking.
Mm-hmm. Because I consider Magic Missile along the lines of, like, Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was
Okay, I'm taking out that. So there was 5 darts in total then, because it was 3rd level?
Yes.
Okay, so... Alright. They fire off into the smoke, and as they go, you can see it flare, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4 into him. But they go past him before they explode. He still takes damage. But his form, like, does that shimmery thing.
He just squints his eyes like, what the hell are you?
Ghosts have some cool effects and abilities.
But that is all he can do.
Okay. It is Nin's turn. I did not think about what Nin would do because I don't usually have to think about Nin. I'm gonna call it easy and just do I'm just gonna do Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
2 beams.
Eldritch Blast.
Yep, 2 beams.
Oh, look at those sleepy kitties.
1 misses, 1 hits. So 11 force damage. This one seems to connect solidly. The other one fires off into the room. It is this thing's turn. Okay, Julius, he makes eye contact with you. And this is your last warning. Leave the house now. And he is going to cast Burning Hands on the two of you. So make me a dexterity saving throw.
Alright. Not very good at those. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, that's a fail. And Nin also fails.
Too hot, damn.
I'll take a screenshot. I'll take a picture of the damage if you want. I didn't want you all to see name associated yet, because that's part of the mystery. But that's 12 fire damage.
And I would reduce that down to 6 then, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
Nin does look a little singed, though.
Yeah, so does Julius. Shit.
And then he is also going to take a bonus action.
The children are a bit crispied.
Mm-hmm.
The children are a bit crispy. Fuck.
Well, I'm not looking at it.
Okay. Alright. He does disappear into the smoke. And you don't know where he is.
Smoke. Neat. I want to get my notes.
Delhart, do you want me to chat with Rob?
Please. Appreciated.
Yeah, I literally was using one of the notes things I have on my computer to cover it.
Get this man's name out of here.
Get out of here.
Thank you.
Look at all those numbers.
He disappears into the smoke. Because I also need to change his stealth modifier. Because it wasn't set up properly.
That's alright.
I love how Jamie goes for multiple rolls and I just go for like a block of fucking
Just a text wall.
You got a crit on a D1000. That's insane.
I'm actually seeing if I got a 1 as well. No, but I got a 2.
Ah.
And the smoke fades down again. And once again, I need a con save.
Okay, let's go for it. Come on, buddy.
Jesus.
That's better. 15.
You both succeed this time, so no damage for the two of you.
Okay.
But you can feel that heat rise again, but it's not like this could really hurt you if you stand in this air for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But he is gone. There is just the ember and the flames around you.
Trying to see if anything. No, I have nothing useful. So we can't see
Julius
him.
is more prone to lighting fires than putting them out.
Yeah. He might just.
So you need to wait for Nagi to get there, basically.
Well, what he's gonna try and do is, I guess, try and get out. With Nin, just so we're away from this.
Yeah. You two can step back out into the hallway. The two guards that are positioned at Walkie's bedroom have not stepped forward, but they are like watching you, their weapons drawn, ready to go. It seems more like their sort of protocol is for them to just stick at the door and wait till a visual threat in the hallway. And then a couple of seconds later, Nagi and Irene burst onto the upstairs floor along with Ixalia.
Nagi's just like, let me at him, let me at him.
Don't.
And then she runs into the room and then
dear God.
like starts punching at nothing, and then we'll use create and destroy water to create water to clear out the fire.
Nagi, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Why
Yeah.
is she perfect?
I
love
know.
So much.
That's a 10.
Unfortunately, that fails. Take 29 points of fire damage
Oh my God.
She's done.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh my God.
as you run in, not expecting this
what?
heat, and it just hits you.
Yeah, Julius is like, you
29
should, and then you
two.
run in, and he's like, oh God damn it, she's gonna die again.
-2, 27.
Minus 42.
Minus 40.
42 minus 29. I mean, I'm
42 minus 29 is 13.
13. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay,
Simon.
but she will create and destroy water though.
You go to do this, and the water sort of spreads out onto the tatami mat, but it doesn't really seem to take hold in the embers. There doesn't really seem there's no like hiss of steam as they go out. Instead, you just watch them fade as if they were never there in the first place. It doesn't seem like your water did that. It seemed like they faded for a whole other reason.
Okay.
Until the room looks completely normal, save for the water damage you just did to the tatami mat.
That was some spicy smoke.
Yeah, I was trying to stop you from running in there.
Yeah, I wanted to punch something.
Well, you can do that later.
She looks at Julius.
Saw Ghost to Ghost. Yeah. He disappeared into the freaking smoke, and I wasn't able to stop him. And he will describe what this thing looked like, and what it had said it to him.
I told you it was gonna be a fire ghost.
I wasn't so sure, but I guess we have proof now. And he just like shakes his coat, gets some of the cinders off of it. Really don't know what to do with that information, wherever the hell this thing just went.
The guards at Waki's bedroom door are still very much at attention. And you can hear from the inside just like, what the hell is going on? From inside Waki's bedroom.
She shoves Julius forward because he was talking. He knows
Yeah.
what's going on.
The door is shut.
He'll
It
just
seems
clear his throat and kind of talk over without like being too rude about it and just be like, there was an incident with what's been possibly singeing your rooms.
You hear him kind of knock on the sliding door behind it. It seems like his version of this protocol is he stays inside the room.
Yeah.
And he's like, great. Okay, I'm just gonna have a
Rest.
seat, I guess.
Yeah.
And you hear him walk. You can hear the footsteps away from the door.
He just like rubs the back of his neck and like, yeah. Gives a little bit of a nod to the other guards and then wanders back to the rest of them and like gives Nagi a little bit of a pinch for pushing him forward.
She just grins.
You're a brat.
Yep.
I love you
I
though.
know.
You're great.
Gross.
Children.
One of the guards kind of clears his throat. He goes, are we good?
Just keep an ear out. Check in possibly with your lord for the night, but I don't think you're gonna have another altercation. At least for the next couple hours, I would hope.
They nod, and one of them slides open the door and pokes his head in and just kind of I think we've got the all clear, my lord. And you can just hear Walkie mutter something back. You can't really tell what he's saying from this distance. But it's like the
Yeah.
very, like, fuck, it's fucking 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. So, do you think that thing's gonna, appear again, or?
Oh yeah, I'm about 90% sure it is.
Oh,
It does not like that we are here, messing with shit, and apparently we're delaying something for it.
what did it look like?
I will describe the look of the dude.
Man.
Yeah.
Middle-aged, human or half-elf, you couldn't really tell between sort of the flame, the way his hair was kind of moving with the heat, and the way, like, the fire sort of spread from the inside out. The racial details were lost a little bit.
Mm-hmm. He was horribly burned too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. Horribly burned, sort of shaggy, sort of dark brown hair, thin face.
He didn't look like anybody we recognized. I remember asking that question
No.
before, so.
No, and he did look a bit foreign. He did sort of have kind of the features you could kind of tell more familiar to the other continent.
Mm.
Though that doesn't really mean anything about, necessarily where he's from, just like
Yeah.
lineage.
Yep.
Did somebody mention genetics?
Genetics? Again?
Oh, are we doing
Let's
genetics?
talk
Let's
about
go.
Punnett squares, y'all!
Yeah.
That-
Punnett squares. Let's stay around for a whole campaign for a genetics lesson. Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
It's time.
God.
For a third time, Jesus. Okay.
Definitely sounds like a fire ghost.
There are 3 constants in life: death, taxes, and genetics.
Huh.
Okay, but do we have to pay taxes in D&D? Like, have any of our characters
yet.
ever had to pay taxes?
Irene
Okay.
has definitely paid
Irene
taxes.
has absolutely paid taxes.
Oh, Julius is a criminal. He most definitely has not paid taxes.
Yeah, I think Irene is the only person here that's paid taxes. I think Nin's mom definitely, like, it wasn't taxes, it was more like tribute, but I guess it's kind of taxes.
Yeah, it's kind of taxes. It's kind of taxes.
Alex has never
There's
lived in a
only
place
one
taxes are necessary.
tax-paying, law-abiding citizen in this entire fucking group.
I love Granny with all
Listen,
my heart.
okay, Aster is legally 15.
Yeah. But he should still pay some fucking taxes.
I mean,
He has a job. He must pay taxes.
but his job,
He's got
Income tax.
he's got the exception to tax. What the fuck is that called?
a religious
Tax exempt.
exemption.
Yeah, he's tax exempt.
He's got a religious
Wait,
exemption
wait.
to taxes.
Is he the tax man?
That's it.
No, he's a cop.
Oh my god.
Okay. that's
Let's get some
fine.
W-9 forms into this discussion. We can't do anything else without the proper paperwork. Let's go.
W9 forms and Punnett
5000,
Square.
That's the game that we play.
All we
No
talk
more
about
guns.
D&D is
This
D&D
game-
is taxes and Punnett Squares.
This game is about doing taxes. Let's go.
The adult simulator. Anyways,
So anyway. Who just... Oh no, Joe died.
Joe,
Oh no, I'm sorry. We talked too much about taxes.
it poofed Joe. No.
I'm legitimately trying to think about if Aster would pay taxes.
Yes. Yes, these are the questions we need answered, Parker. This is what we need.
Amazing.
This is the
Amazing.
information we require. We're not gonna just lurk up on the upper floor, right? Are we gonna distribute back to where we were? Are we all
Yeah,
gonna-
I feel like we
no,
should go down to the clerics, and I think they're sleeping though, aren't they?
Yeah, they sleepy.
They are taking
sleepies.
big nap for important reason.
Yeah,
Zzz.
I'm gonna go. Come on, Irene. Let's go back down to the library where there's nothing to punch.
If that's what you'd like, dear, yes, of course.
I might need to take some Z's as well. I only stayed up to see if we could find this thing, and it happened, and now I'm fucking exhausted.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I could. Maybe we should probably just go to bed then. I don't know.
Well,
Well, we can talk about it while it's fresh in our minds, and then I'm going the hell to bed.
waking up our dear friends downstairs, or are we letting them sleep?
Let them rest.
Okay. I mean, well, I'm not sure what else there is necessarily to discuss if we're not informing the people who weren't here for the. I mean, clearly, it's, I guess, the ghost of somebody who burned to death. I don't know.
Yeah. Fire
If they
goes,
look-
right?
So horribly burned and all that, they must have had something to do with fire and life. One would presume.
I have no idea who this person is. I'm
Do you
trying.
think, based on the way he was talking, dear, do you think it's likely that he's going to lash out again tonight, or do you think he may wait for a better opportunity?
He's probably gonna wait, I would say. He's giving us a chance, and he does the air quotes, to leave. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. We're under contract.
Yes. Well, perhaps you do look very. Not to be rude, dear, but you do look quite a mess. I think sleep would do you quite a bit of good.
What are you talking about? And he's just like spits a little bit of soot out of his mouth.
Just ever so lightly toasted, I'm sure you'll look right as rain in the morning.
Nin at 12 HP.
Yeah. Oh my god, Julius is also on 12 HP.
Yeah, Granny's looking at Julius and Nin, who makes sense to be beat to shit, and Nagi, who is also beat to shit, and just like, all of you perhaps need to go to bed, I think. I don't think there's any benefit in you staying up late. And I think all of you should rest.
Yeah. He just
Yeah,
kind
we
of
should-
shrugs.
We should all probably rest if that's the case.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably go to bed then.
Yeah.
You make your way to the servants' quarters, and your beds are empty and ready for you to collapse into.
Excellent.
You fucked up if someone was sleeping in our bed.
And the morning comes, and you are awoken as the servant body around you is starting to get up and prepare themselves for another day of work.
Yeah, I figure as they come down, Aster does stir a bit, just as a.
But you sleepy, you already had 2 hours of watch.
Sleep is sleep.
And the morning comes.
Yay.
Okay, so. I need to reorganize Aster's spells because he needs. He knows what we're dealing with now, or at least he thinks he does.
Does the crew relate to the
Oh,
clerics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
for
soon as
sure.
they're up, I think it's, quite an
Yeah.
eventful night last night. Did you both sleep comfortably? Nothing?
Yes.
I thought I heard something in pre-dawn hours, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Oh, well, I'm sure Julius can tell you what it was, dear.
I can tell you. I can tell you.
Or
It,
Nagi can
it,
tell you.
fire, it was fire ghosts. I was right. It was fire ghosts.
Yeah.
I think it's the one fire ghost. dear, but
Asta
yes.
just sighs. He kind of looks at Julia.
He just shrugs.
Okay. Right.
I tried my best to kick its ass, but it got away, so.
I'm gonna be honest. How do ghosts be fire? How does that work?
No idea.
Maybe through death trauma? She shrugs.
I mean, that's what I assume.
Okay. Cool, I guess.
Didn't get what Alex said.
But yeah, wait. Does any paperwork have to be filled out about that, or?
Eventually, but not right now.
Okay.
Technically, since you didn't. Once all this is over with.
Okay. Sweet. Also, yeah, Julius.
I'm
told us
telling
that
you
they
right
want-
now, if it doesn't get filled out soon enough, I'm pretty sure Tina will show up to bite my head off.
She nods. But yeah. Also, Julius said it wants us out. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't like that we're meddling in affairs here. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently we have cost it time. Whatever that means.
Time for what? Oh. Generally wanting us out because things that are possessed in places generally don't like interlopers. But we cost him time? What the fuck does that mean we cost time? Okay. I'm going to, in prayer, reorganize the magic that's at the front of my mind. Yeah. Well, the contents of that box, yeah.
Easily enough to do.
Yeah. He is gonna Nagi. If I send you down with it to the Death Temple with take your badge, requisition some holy water, you'll have to pay for it up front, but it'll get reimbursed for you later.
yeah, no, I could do that. Yeah, and she'll just start heading towards
Hold
the
up,
death.
before you do, he's gonna hand over the money to get the supplies for Magic Circle as well.
Oh, okay. What do I get with this?
That is for, as Joe, very quickly checking the materials for Magic Circle.
Look at that cat. Oh, sorry, those cats. There are two cats right there.
That is, I need holy water or powdered silver and iron, about 100 gold worth.
So, a bunch of holy water.
A whole lot of holy water.
How much did you
You'll
need?
be able to get reimbursed for at least the vial for you and Italia. Asta needs 100 gold worth of either holy water or powdered silver and iron, and we need at least one vial for Nagi and one vial for Italia.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Nagi will pick up the vial. Go ahead and pick up the vials.
Hold on, I'm looking for information. I will say you all did have one other lead in town.
Yeah. There's Nagi wants to go
Yeah.
check out that lead
Mm-hmm.
with.
It was the other
person she
people,
was
I
with-
think.
X isn't here though. Well, she's here but not here.
God is from nature, I think.
Yeah.
A bard named Umon.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to go with Nagi and Exalia?
I mean, Julius would go, I suppose.
Okay.
Why not? Stretch his legs.
Okay. Is there anything else? And what's the rest of the plan today? Who's staying? Is everyone else just staying back at the house?
I don't know. That's up to them.
I mean, presumably, it doesn't make sense for a whole gaggle of us to all show up to talk to this dude. So, yeah, I guess we're just...
The house, he's gonna want to talk to the Lord, if he's amenable.
I mean, yeah. You all get breakfast. I'm gonna jump to the motherfuckers. Gonna go talk to Oman first. Nagi, first things first. You, Julius, and Exalia do stop by the Death Temple. They're willing to give you the requested.
Okay, I need to switch back. Off my laptop, because having Discord and Roll20 running is really...
Okay.
There were 5 requested.
I think whatever is 100 gold, 100 gold's worth, and then one for Ix and one for
Okay. 6 flasks of holy water. You can get for the cost of about 150 gold. Again, you'll have to fork that up right now, and eventually, according to Aster, you'll be reimbursed.
And okay, so yeah, she'll give.
But
the
that's
100
why
gold.
Aster gave her the 100
Yeah.
gold for...
Yeah. So Nagi will subtract 50 from her gold.
You receive that. The people at the Death Temple are hospitable to you, but when they find out you're DPC instead of DCO, they're a little bit like, okay, you got what you need, get out.
They're like, oh, these fucking jocks up in here.
Fucking jocks. Friggin' make things explode more often than not.
Hey,
Glorified
that's
adventurers.
R&D!
Glorified
That's R&D
adventurers.
making things explode more often than not!
Adventurers with a title.
Yeah, basically, they're like, get out.
Oh, man.
And you, it takes a little bit of looking, but eventually within the Purple Wood of Hakathon, you manage to find the tavern that Anaya pointed you towards.
Okay. Okay. So this is where Uman's supposed to be. I don't know if he's, performing right now. She says to the party. Okay.
Well, we can
I
figure
guess
it out.
Yeah. She'll just go into the tavern and look around for someone who sounds like Uman. Did they give a description on what Uman looked like, or?
He was a much older elven gentleman.
Okay, and elves aren't that common. Yeah. Okay.
They're globally they are proportional.
Okay.
Haxan, not so much. Haxan tends to be a lot of human, a lot of halfling, and a lot of dwarf.
Okay. Yeah, she'll look for someone who looks like an old elven bard, then.
Easy enough to spot, honestly. He's kind of lurking in a corner table, in that very way of, like, I am very, like, he almost kind of seems like a piece of the scenery. Like, he's very comfortable here. There is a lyre sort of propped up against the seat he's sitting on, as he's kind of finishing up what's probably a late breakfast or brunch. The tavern is fairly empty. More than likely, his set isn't supposed to start until lunch itself, so he's probably eating before he gets started.
Navi will say, okay, follow my lead. And then we'll go to the barkeep first and say, hey, barkeep, can I have one alcohol, please? She holds up a finger.
The dwarven
Prefer, like,
man behind the counter, like, looked up when you said hi, barkeep, and he was like kind of that friendly customer service smile. And as you say, one alcohol, please, he kind of freezes.
She's grinning ear to ear.
Julius will just step behind her and say, I'll take an ale.
Yeah, one of those.
And he'll put gold on the table, whatever it costs.
He goes, 5 silver. The legal alcohol age is 18 here. Kind of looking at Nagi.
I'm 18. Hey. See, I can drink. And if she has, like, some sort of ID, she'll pull it out.
You would have ID, especially as someone who is from the other continent. He kind of looks at it. It is legit. He very much spends a moment checking it over for forgery.
You said it was 5 silver for the ale, right?
5 silver for the ale.
Excellent.
It's a little bit pricey. But this is in the Purplewood, which is the upper class section of town. And he just kind of gives you the ale with like a side eye towards Nagi a little bit, but it looks legit.
Thank you. And then she'll be like, do the follow me hand motion toward, and then walk over to the to where the bard is sitting. Uman, right?
Yeah, Uman Grigal is a. So elves live a very long time. Elves live hundreds and hundreds of years, and as such, their physiology ages off at quite as slowly. Like after at about 20, they hit like where they're going to look like in their young adulthood for a long time, right? So to find an elf that looks as old as Irene is.
Yeah.
This man old.
He old as balls.
Yeah.
Nagi will take a seat there and say, hi, Uman. Would you like a drink? And she'll push the drink that she bought towards him.
So Uman is very old looking, very wrinkled.
Yeah.
His hair is it's long, but it's pulled back in this silver braid. That runs down his back. He kind of has he looks kind of mixed. If to use real world sort of analogy, he kind of looks like Japanese Irish mixed. So he's kind of weird in the middle there. Not that being mixed race is weird, but
It's an in between.
It's an in between.
Mhm.
For reference, he is a high elf.
Gotcha.
Who has some who does appear to at least have some mixing between what looks like what a typical sort of more traditional Feywild kind of look and very Southern Chalassian. How's our migraine? Okay. He's picking at like a biscuit. When you sit down, and he kind of looks at you. Well, I always appreciate a drink. What is it you want?
Hear that you were, well, you had worked under, well, worked for Lord, well, the current Lord, Waki Kinjiro's father. Is that true?
He nods. Lord Shinji, yeah?
Yeah, Shinji Kinjiro. Is it okay if we ask you a few questions about that?
Why are you asking about the Lord?
Well, we are hired to protect Lord Shinji Kinjiro, not Shinji, Lord Waki Kinjiro. And, there's been a series of very personal attacks.
We are investigating something that has to do with Lord Waki's safety. That should be...
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
He's kind of trying to make sure Nagi isn't, like, talking too much about this, because they wanted to keep it hush-hush, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said personal things. Is it advantage or a disadvantage?
Advantage because Julius is helping you.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh, no, 13.
I know.
Or, don't look like city guard.
We're
it's
adventurers, actually.
We
it's
were
Northern Force
contracted.
now, isn't it? Adventures. Alright. Sure. I mean, depends on the question, I think.
So, when you were working with Lord Shinji, do you remember anyone who, in particular, would have had a grudge against him or his line? His family line, I guess? Someone that could... Someone powerful, I guess.
What kind of power? Talk.
She looks this guy over and she'll do an insight check. Does he look like he would talk a lot about what she would say, or?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Where is my insight? There it is.
Nice.
29.
The vibe you get from him is that he's willing to talk. There are probably some things he wouldn't tell you out of sort of respect for his old employer. Secrets that don't really seem pertinent.
Yeah.
He is, however, a bard.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
And a little bit of a gossip.
Okay, Nog'll make something up then. Well, okay, so you didn't hear it from me, but lately, some weird cat creature has been breaking in and vandalizing the manor, and yeah, we just but yeah, no, he seems to be targeting things that are very personal to Lord Kinjiro.
Sounds like you're dealing with a yokai, then. Very rare those things answer to mortals.
Huh. Okay.
We were more curious, despite the cat creature, if there might have been, during your time, somebody that... What would you say? Perhaps their life ended too short, or they had an issue with fire.
He kind of settles back. Not with Shinji.
Is there somebody else, then?
Yeah. Oh, this is an old story. Oh, this is a very old drama, actually. I think it was 2 centuries? 2.5? Back when, what was his name? Oh, fucking Abe. Piece of shit. Back when he was Lord, yeah. There was that incident. Beatrice, remember that. Rumor mill back then said, old Abe had a relationship of sorts. And he kind of says that with a little bit of a with a local inventor type. Beatrice. Can't remember his first name. Kind of like taps the table. But no idea. Broke it off, and then the poor boy was. I mean, I don't know what he saw in Abe. Abe was a crotchety little bastard. Stick up his ass, I remember that.
That's how they be sometimes.
That Peterson boy, though, he was near obsessed with Abe, I remember that. Some people said he couldn't get over the breakup, some people said he couldn't. He was angry about it, I don't know, I didn't really talk to him, I wasn't working for the Kinjiros then. Anyway, it got so bad, Abe had to... You'd call it a restraining order now. Back then it was just, kick the guy out of town. But later rumors come around that he'd end up killing himself, I think. But again, that was like 2 centuries ago.
Hmm.
It was real good, though. He was a real good clockmaker, I remember that. Made some interesting things, too.
Oh, sorry. And does Nagi remember any old clocks in the Kinjiro Manor? Like,
Julius is thinking
really
about
nice
those
clocks?
things they pulled out of the attic. The... whatever phone thing.
The phonograph?
Yes.
Oh, the phonograph? Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there are some clocks, couple of sundials, out in the yard. You wouldn't know ages or anything, you're not an antiquer.
Nope. Okay.
It's always making these weird little trinkets. You could probably still find some. I think there's one actually in down in Horitari, one of the museums there's got one of it.
Oh. Well, we might have to go down there and check it out one day. We'll be heading for Horitari at some point.
Beautiful city. You know, the Harvest Festival's coming up soon. They say Walsh should be back in town for it, you know. Not that a city's gonna like that, but here nor there.
Julius's eyebrow twitches. Where's he been these days? I haven't heard much about him.
A bunch of people have different theories. Some say he went back up north or something. Some people are saying he's looking for some old relic.
Old relic. I suppose the rumors don't have anything other specific on that.
No.
Of course.
Although if you do hit the festival, you might want to stick around. Apparently, that kid of his is getting its official introduction.
Which kid is this?
Oh. Ophanium. Kid. Walsh's kid.
Gotcha.
Yeah, apparently they're finally, you know, giving them their grand debut or something. Pomp and circumstance. You know, in my day, the temple line just let their kids wander the city the way it did.
Honestly, I think Walsh was the worst thing to happen to Horitari.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of bad things have happened to that city in my day. One bad priest is not the worst thing. There was that earthquake, what was that? 400 years ago? Leveled nearly half the outer district.
When he says priest, Julius just, chokes a little bit, chokes a laugh, okay. Ugh. What a joke.
This man thinking about literal natural disasters. Yeah. I mean, this man is 800, 900 years old.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, Lance. He sneezed.
He does seem poised to go on a tangent about the various large scale disasters that have happened to Horitari.
You know, I appreciate the history lesson, but I did learn about these a little bit. Not that I don't want to hear about them again, but did we? And he kind of looks at Nagi. Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, one more thing. Yokai, ghost of a dead lover, whatever. Do you know anyone within the city walls who could control such a spirit? Or
Short of the gods themselves, no. Yokai born from that kind of thing, they're always pretty nasty according to the legends.
Yeah.
No, that's all I could think of.
Well, we appreciate the time.
If it is a yokai, you guys are gonna want a priest.
We've got a couple.
Fair enough.
But you're right. hedge our bets on this.
Hey, when you go back, say hi to Waki for me. I haven't seen him in a minute.
I can do that.
And he'll pick up the
Will
ale,
do.
like start chugging it.
Yeah, Julius is most definitely chugging the last of his beer and is gonna finish it. Set it down easily and then just wave for everyone to leave because we got what we came here for.
Nixalia's mostly been perched, kind of like eyes sort of peeled and just watching the crowd to make sure that like no one's like eavesdropping or anything.
Yeah, good job, Ix.
And you can make your way
Yes.
back to the estate.
Was anyone dropping the emus or?
Nixalia doesn't mention anything if they were.
Oh,
She doesn't. I mean, like, you assume she would tell you. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Um.
Okay.
Aster wanted to talk to Waki. Joe.
You're muted. I don't know if Joe is there.
Go.
She's typing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this man is 900 years old. Just like one priest. Honey, let me tell you about like earthquakes.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
No, Julius gets it. He's just like, I have reasons to think this.
The multiple large wars that have occurred.
Yep. Lance, stop being a bitch. Knock it off. You don't need to go after
I
the
will
things
say-
on my desk.
Nagi, this is the first time you see, like, Julia seems to know Walsh's name at least.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Nagi now has Julius lore a little bit, as does Ix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, Aster's gonna want to talk to Waki if possible. If he can, he's actually gonna want to try and get him in, like, the game room or something that is less associated with pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, he seems to, like, after breakfast, he kind of shuts himself into his workshop for a little bit, and when you find him,
Yeah.
he's kind of, like, trying to, like, grumpily, like, do, like, work on his calligraphy. He looks tired. He looks like he got woken up
Yeah.
at 5 in the morning and didn't go back to bed.
Sorry, Waki.
Yeah. Which, if Aster would have been vaguely aware of around breakfast, he might have tried to bring some tea or something, like, something vaguely, not necessarily caffeinated, but possibly a bit of a mood pickup.
You can get some green tea.
Yeah.
You
I
poke
think
your head
Aster's
in-
going to bring a whole teapot. In fact, I think he's going to bring...
You poke your head in, and he kind of looks and just kind of waves you in.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
I actually wanted to touch base with you.
Yeah.
There is something regarding yesterday I need to talk to you about, but I wanted to touch base with you and check on you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pour one of the cups of tea and offer it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Least I can do.
Whatever little incident your friends had will be up before morning.
Yeah,
It's not your fault. I just
Yeah.
Couldn't sleep after
I
that.
do think we're very close. Yeah, I do think we're very close to dealing with it. I have some thoughts on how to possibly deal with it from here now that I know what we're dealing with.
He just nods.
I am sorry for the unpleasantness yesterday, particularly my partner. That was a whole mess.
Yeah. Oh shoot! Speaking of, I have your thing signed. It's in my box.
Thank you. I was going to ask about that, but I wanted to give the chance to.
It's signed. Just remind me to hand it to you.
Yeah, I'll remind you later.
Thank you. What I did this morning.
Today.
Read
What
that
was that?
thing out. Like that's what I did this morning. Read that thing front to back.
Asta just winces. Yeah, it's thorough. Let's just go with it's thorough. I am so sorry.
Jira Paperwork Simulator 6000. He just kind of makes sort of a wave motion and sips at the tea.
Yeah. Today I'm hoping to try and find the contents of the box again. Because I swear to you it was there when I got... He kind of winces.
As long as you don't attack my staff again.
Now that I know... first of all, I'm going to go in with my companions as... And I'm actually going to put some protections on to prevent that happening again.
He nods. It was a joke, and
Yeah, we're all kind of one then.
he just kind of gives you a look.
Asta just raises his eyebrows, just like, no. Yeah. This has been a shit show. This is... Everything about this has been a shit show. You've been living with it longer.
Yeah.
Can I ask what you're working on?
Just a translation piece. A bit of poetry from the Ganassi Isles I wanted to bring out of Primordial. Make it pretty on the page.
You speak Primordial. It's not something
No.
I've ever learned.
No, I have a translation dictionary.
Would you like some company, or would you prefer that I left you be?
I think I prefer the alone time.
Okay.
Good luck with your whatever it is. I'm not going to ask any more questions. My father always told me to try to avoid your type as best as I can.
Yeah, we...
Throw wrenches in everything you come across.
Well, if you're gonna be blunt about it, sure.
There's a little wince.
He is grinning.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
there's still
that-
a little wince.
My bad. It was...
Should
I appreciate the joke.
Should have watched my words better.
I appreciate the joke. I was trying to play along. It's... I've been going to say we tend to draw problems more than we necessarily solve them, because it's like kicking a wasp's nest. soon as we show up, everything's just like, ah, and then it's all a mess, and we're lucky enough to be able to not have to be able to walk away afterwards. I'm gonna do my best to reduce collateral damage.
Appreciated. If there's nothing else.
No, thank you.
Neil gives you a dismissing wave.
Yep, Astra is going to leave. He is going to, not pointedly, but the teapot and cups are going to be there within easy reach.
As you leave, he very much kind of pulls like the teacup, like he's cradling it a little bit.
Yeah. Does a gay little wave that tells you to fuck off.
And I assume, unless Irene and Alex had something they wanted to do, y'all can meet back up.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I had a plan.
Okay,
Okay.
what's your plan?
Alex, so that Irene and Alex are at the house, and Alex just kind of goes out and seeks out Irene. I don't know where she would be.
Irene would probably just be lurking, like, in the library or something.
Okay, library.
Actually, she'd definitely be lurking in the library.
Irene's checking to make sure they're following proper shelving procedure.
Irene is being a very judgmental librarian in the library right now.
I love her.
Jasper!
Okay, Alex finds Irene.
Irene is delighted to see you. Hello, dearie.
Hi. So I had an idea. And I hate to ask, but do you have any spare gold?
Of course, dearie. What do you need?
There's something I need to get, but I don't have quite enough. I mean, if you want to come with me, because I don't even know if there's a place where I can get.
Yes, of course, I'll go with you. Yes, I've got plenty of gold. I'm sure we'll be able to get whatever it is that you need.
I don't need. Well, it is kind of a lot, but I mean, I can always pay you back in the future.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, do you hate shopping?
I love shopping.
Okay. I don't usually go shopping, so I may need your help.
Perfect. I can take the lead if you'll just give me any idea of what you're looking for, and then we can find it together. It will be lovely.
I'm hoping there's a place here. I've never bought this before. I need diamonds for a spell.
Diamonds, yes, of course. We can go try to find some diamonds, certainly.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Is there a place where we can get diamonds?
There is a place you can get magic grade diamonds, yes. Haksan is a large enough city. There is a magic shop.
Did I stop? I'm sorry. How dare I?
I fucking love her.
Oh, I love Jasper.
So, magic shops in at least this part of the world aren't overly rare, but in order to make any decent money, usually they are only really found in decent operation in larger cities. It's not that the components and the supplies are relatively rare. Injir is a pretty high magic setting. It's just like they make the majority of their money either from commission or from adventurers, and to make sure you're getting your customer base. Being a big city helps with those two being your main customer bases.
Right.
Haksan has two, actually. One in the Purplewood, and then one in the main district as well. In Heather Ridge. Sorry.
Can we go to the bigger one?
The bigger one would be in Heather Ridge.
Let's go there.
Let's go.
The one in Purplewood is smaller and much more specialized. Tends to take very specialized commissions from people. Heather Ridge is much more your bigger supply shop, and has a lot of shit there. It does take you a second to find it. You are looking for one store in a very large district. But asking around, you get
Did you cut out? Hello?
Parker?
hello?
Oh, there you are.
Hello? Oh, there we go.
My love.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. we can
Yes.
hear you now. Sorry, you
Yeah.
just cut out.
Because fantasy name generators was being a little bitch.
Oh, no.
Inside in Heather Ridge, you find it's a very large store, actually, sort of on the edge of one of the bigger plazas. Sort of, it looks like it was once one building that then kind of probably bought the two next to it and just kind of spread out a little bit. It is a shop called The Invisible Fawn.
Wow.
There are two display windows, one of which seems to have a rack of cloaks for display, presumably enchanted ones, and the other has sort of artfully arranged various spell components and books and wands and things.
All right.
Let's talk about this. Let's go.
Go for it, sorry.
I was just gonna say, as we're sort of, heading in, I think Irene's, sort of chit-chatting, like, so what diamonds are used for all sorts of spells, dear? What sort of spell are you trying to cast with this?
Well, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot of background with the whole cleric stuff.
Oh?
But I've been, kind of figuring out spells, and I'm pretty sure I can do this one now. It's something called Revivify. It only works, like, really shortly after, and it's, like, 300 gold and diamonds, and I only have 216 gold. But
Right.
I figured they'd be good to have on hand, just because, if I can cast it, if something goes wrong again.
Yes, so that's a wonderful idea. It's so thoughtful of you to think of it, yes. Well, you said you have 216?
Yeah.
Well, I can easily cover the rest, which is, Irene can do math in her head, but I can't.
I think it's 84.
Cool.
Yes, it's 84.
That was not the
80.
number I was gonna guess, just for what
What was the number?
I think I had 73 in my head.
Close.
It was pretty close.
You step inside the Invisible Fawn, and you sort of open up into this very large, sort of just open showroom, with just large amounts of shelving space dedicated to everything from spell components to minor magic items. You can see to the left and right where the wings sort of would possibly lead to those other buildings. One is labeled Armory, where presumably you could get like much heavier magic like armor, and the other one is labeled Weaponry.
Nice.
So,
I don't think they put diamonds out in the open, do you think?
No, I suppose we'll probably have to talk to people, but that's alright. I can talk to them if you'd like.
Can Alex stand up comfortably?
Yes, this is a very large building.
Okay.
It sounds kind of like you're in a warehouse store at this point.
Yes, you're in a
I'm
warehouse
imagining-
store.
Ah, we're in a Costco. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm imagining like Bronner's Christmas like extravaganza, which I suppose is a Michigan thing. Nobody else has.
Magic
Fantasy
Costco. Magic
No,
Costco.
this is Fantasy Sam's Club.
Magic Costco. Magic Costco.
Irene will try and find a sales associate of some sort to speak to about acquiring some diamonds.
So in the
This has to be the funniest fucking site for a sales associate.
There's a sign hanging from there's like shelves and shelves and shelves, and there are signs hanging from the ceilings that sort of help direct where you're supposed to go, because this is a magic shop Costco. And you sort of follow it until you eventually end up in sort of the back corner of the spell components section, where essentially it is, like a jewelry display in a department store. It kind of looks like that, in that it is like a bunch like tables laid out in sort of a square, like a rectangular fashion, with glass cases on top of them, and inside the glass cases are gems, are what looks like high quality metals. They seem to be arranged by type. So a lot of like sapphires are sort of in one section, followed by rubies, followed by emeralds,
They got
organized
some
by
diamonds?
size.
Diamonds?
The largest display case is basically is diamonds.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
That makes
arranged by size. There are some honking stones that's on one side, marked up far, far beyond what you think you could possibly ever afford, Irene. More money than you can even comprehend.
This is fair. We are going for the little bitches.
Yeah, the little bitches. And honestly, they're being held in what looks like a movie theater popcorn
God.
thing.
Fuck that. Yes.
Yes.
Just
Run.
this, it's just this sort of glass box filled with these tiny little stones. And there's like a little scoop next to it.
300 gold worth of diamonds. Alex? 300 gold worth of diamonds.
There are like 3 or 4 like people behind the counters kind of helping out different people. And one of them, this sort of this Aarakocra sort of very much is willing to sort of scoop out some of the little baby diamonds and count out about 300 gold worth. Like you say 300 gold worth, and she goes, "Oh, revivify." And she measures them out, and she puts them in like a little bag that she ties with a little ribbon, and she like connects a tag that has the word Revivify written on it in very nice handwriting.
They got a system.
They do have a system, because you don't check out here, you would go check out somewhere else.
This is reminding me so much of the fucking Christmas Superstore in Frankenmuth, Michigan. You have no idea how much I'm like vibrating right now, because this is like getting your custom ornament in the back, and then they give you your thing, and it's got the label, and it's like, this is what's happening in my mind. We are at Bronner's right now.
And she hands it to you.
Hold.
Well, Monsieur Julie, do you mind if I pick up a couple of things for myself?
No, of course not. What do you need? I mean, if it's up high, I can help you get it.
Well, I don't know if this would be up high or not, but Parker, Irene wants more treats for Snowball. She wants.
Yes.
She wants. How many does she want? She wants 2 more doses of treats for Snowball, so 20 gold worth of Snowball treats.
You can you sort of wander down the spell components aisle, and part of it is sort of just loose components. Theoretically, people could go in and get specifically what they need. The other portion is arranged in that like really common spell requirements are kind of sort of like made in little packages, like ready to pick up packages. And you can grab 2 fine familiars, yeah.
And the whole time she's just,
And Snowball's very picky about what sort of treats she likes. I used to use, the generic stuff, but once she got older, I think it's better on her stomach. She gets, the elderly familiar brand.
Oh my god.
I'm literally just.
I, as Joe, am living for this because
She eats hot peppers!
Irene doesn't care. Only the best for her baby cat.
That was so good.
Do they got scrolls in this shop?
They do have some scrolls. There's another section labeled spell scrolls. Sort of nearby, theoretically, so that you could like go get a scroll and then go pick up the required components for it if it had components, or be able to go pick up things to copy into a spell book. There are scrolls though.
Okay. I don't have any idea what the general prices are for scrolls, so I don't know if I can even afford scrolls.
Hold on, let me look at your wish list.
Oh yeah, I sent you my wish list. Fuck yeah. I couldn't find my wish list, so I was like, I don't remember what I said that I wanted to purchase.
Okay.
But I did. And the whole time, again, Irene is talking to Alex mostly about Snowball. Mostly it's about Snowball.
Alex is listening like this is the most important conversation in the world.
it is.
I mean, he's right. Is he wrong?
And he's right, and he is completely correct. And I'm imagining this as Irene, 210 old gnome woman, leading this like 7'10", almost terrifying cowman. But he's looking at her like she's the most important being in the universe. And she is.
Excellent.
So when you get there, the back wall of it is sort of lined with these shelves that are like, again, like protected by these glass cases, and these seem to be like the honker spells. Like we're talking like level 5 and up back there.
All those chunky ones.
For the spells that you would probably be looking for up into like the level 2 or 3 range, they're much more just kind of laid out on the shelf, on like open shelves for you to peruse. I'm looking at your list. Something like identify or comprehend languages is going to run you somewhere in like the 80 to 90 gold range. Since they're only first levels.
Juicy.
Beyond that, you're starting to get into like 200 gold a spell scroll.
Right.
And you glance at like some of the price tags on some of the like really high level ones, and you're talking thousands, if not tens of thousands.
Well, that is good to know. Can she snag and identify spell scroll?
Yes, that would run you about 85.
Okay. And she'll also need a pearl.
Whatever the cost
Which
is.
100 gold pieces.
Yep. That would be 100 gold.
Excellent. Irene will do that.
And if you're gonna copy that into your book,
I'm aware.
Mhm.
I have been trying to learn how to do the wizard thing, so I'm actually, doing things. Yeah. So that is what Irene needs from this magic shop.
Do you want the inks and papers to copy it down?
Yeah, I'm looking at how much that costs now, and then I was just gonna deduct that from the gold.
Yeah, you can get those papers and inks just fine. There's like stacks of them, like right next to the scroll.
Which is just for the sake of clarity. In Irene's case, that is straight up just for making like fancy inscriptions in her scrapbook. Like this is scrapbooking material to her.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a spell book. This is scrapbooking material. All right, yeah. Yeehaw.
Easily done. And you all go for it.
Alex is just like, he's like, oh, she's buying paper. Thought process. He's fascinated.
Irene will fully explain. This is for my scrapbook. Oh, I'd love to show you my scrapbook sometime. It's wonderful. Pictures from all my travels and my children and my grandchildren. I'll show it to you sometime, dear.
I would love it if you explained every page of your scrapbook to me.
I will, of course. Yes. Perhaps once we're finished with all this business at the manor, then we can sit down and I'll show you my scrapbook.
I mean, maybe we could do that as a respite from the business at the manor. You never know.
That could also be the case. I do hope it gets over with quickly, though.
Yeah.
I don't know in the slightest what's going on.
I'm not a fan of ghosts or fire. So fire ghosts is a lot.
Yes, I can see how it would be. That's really quite a bit, isn't it? It's entirely...
Yeah. I mean, the fire thing is more of like a general dislike. Like, it's fine. But, do you ever just like not like something and maybe there's no reason, you just don't like it? And then I think ghosts is a rational fear.
Oh, yes, I always thought it was a rational fear, and then there was all that business with, it's not real and all. But then, I think we were both right. I think it's perfectly all right to be scared of ghosts.
Yeah, we're both right. Okay, I am spending all my money on these diamonds.
Well, dear, if you need to buy anything else, you just let me know.
I don't think I do. However, I also don't know very much in general.
That's, perfectly alright. If at some point later down the road you notice that you need something, you just let old Granny know and I'll get it for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, dearie.
And you all meet up at the manor.
Heck yeah.
A little bit before lunchtime.
Oh.
Do Nagi and what is the discussion had here? When y'all meet back up.
Well, we got a little bit of information.
Oh, what sort?
Well, I guess the bard could talk about... Abe had a past lover that he broke it off with some local inventor. And they broke it off, or Abe did, and he got a bit angry. Eventually, they had a restraining order, and he does air quotes on that. Basically kicking him out of the town, and there was a rumor that he had taken his own life because of it. He was very obsessed with Abe. That was really the only thing we could find so far that could have been a reason.
Did this guy have a name?
I don't remember I don't know what the name was because I didn't quite catch it. My auditory stuff is really bad. I am very bad at hearing things sometimes and understanding. Thank you.
Yeah, Tristan was the name given.
Petrison.
And when
Yeah.
Julius repeats that name, Aster, right off, it dings in your brain.
Phonograph. The phonograph guy. The one who made the phonograph.
I was actually thinking about it. They may have been a gift to Abe at some point. He apparently was good with clocks as well.
Right. Okay, I think I...
They only recently took them out of the attic.
Yeah, a ghost that is haunting a place, it tends to come about from very strong... If he did get obsessive and killed himself over the... I could see how that might... Although, it generally doesn't last this long, I'm a little bit worried as to why, but we're not dealing with that right now.
Julius just crosses his arms.
I'm getting there.
He's just waiting.
If he was obsessive and fixated on, then it's possible he latched onto the household maybe via one of his creations.
It's possible, I suppose. I really don't know anything about ghosts.
If he's not aware of the time that's passed, he could think that Shinji is Abe, but that doesn't make sense for why he'd be targeting.
Well, out of character, we figured out that Abe looked a lot like Shinji, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if there was some sort of issue with... I'm trying to think of it.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it make sense, don't you think, if this is a line of succession, it's a family line, if this poor man was the previous lord's lover, obviously the lord had somebody else who he then had children with and carried on the line of succession, so it makes sense that there'd be bitterness in the family. This is proper evidence that this previous lord moved on from, the gentleman in question completely, had his family, and just carried on with his business, isn't it?
And he possibly could have been mad that his inventions were being used.
That also doesn't explain what you and Nagi saw in the library. Because we certainly know that the former lord is in no position to be walking around being an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very true. I hadn't been thinking about that, really.
Now, there are stories about things like this being able to change their face and... But that seems a bit...
I mean...
subtle for how you described the thing you saw in the nursery?
Yeah, it was not very friendly.
Well...
It looked like it had burned from the inside out a little bit, or
what if there were two ghosts? What if there are two ghosts?
Okay. That sounds like as good a theory as any. Do we think they're working together or against each other?
Well, the one certainly wasn't, if it was a ghost indeed, the one certainly wasn't, setting things on fire, doing anything crazy, destructive when we saw it. But...
Okay.
I mean... Well, now here's a thought. Oh, never mind.
Irene, please.
Well, it's just, that's if it is a ghost, and it might not be, but that's obviously it's not, the Lord in question, so it's probably the last one since it looks so very much like him. I don't know.
I mean, it
could very well be not. What would you say? What was his name? It might not be Shinji at all. What if it's Abe?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm just not saying it in any kind of coherent fashion. That's exactly what I'm saying, Julia. Thank you.
okay.
You're welcome. I was thinking the same thing when you were saying that, so yes.
Okay, that honestly sounds pretty solid, based off the information we have. So,
and considering
that
they also thought that he was, the bard we talked to said that he wasn't the nicest of people.
Yes.
that'd do it.
And indeed, he certainly wasn't if that was him, so I think that... case,
Hey, question.
not working together.
Julius, what did the one you encountered sound like?
I don't remember details. Me as a player, what did the voice sound like to me? Was it like a double-sounded voice, or like rough, or...
I can curtail part of this question because Aster is going to mimic what the voice that spoke in his head when he got shut down sounded like.
Okay, I think Parker is muted for something, maybe?
Sorry, I'm eating. We
Okay.
had already established that you can't quite do that.
Okay.
Because internal voice and external voice sound different.
Okay, fair enough. I had thought that...
No, we had already established that.
Okay, my bad.
Weird.
I can still describe the sound of what his voice was, I guess. Like,
It was it was like a tenor, but as if, he's made of smoke and fire, so it sounds like he's been smoking 17 cigarettes a day for the
a bit
last 200
distorted.
years.
It's a bit distorted to
So
tell.
kinda like Alex.
A little bit.
It was a bit distorted to try and figure out the way this thing sounded, so...
Okay.
That's not an avenue we can take.
The one who was dragging me around sounded like a posh git. I can't tell you more than that, but it was very clipped and articulated and like someone who has been taught to speak very properly.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Yeah, based sort of off the word choices and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they're still having their lovers' quarrel or something.
And dragging the great-great-grandson into it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody said they had to be rational.
Well, I would assume that this person...
Okay, but one thing that doesn't make sense to me. If this is a lover's spat that is continuing beyond death, why the fuck is the ship being stolen?
I don't think it's necessarily... Well, I know I said a lover's spat, but I think Abe obviously broke it off, and the other man wanted to keep the relationship, and that was not happening. I don't... It might be like what Granny was talking about. That they don't like the idea that the Lord had moved on and had other life outside of...
Okay.
It just... I honestly feel like those music things, the whatever graphs.
Phonograph.
Thank you, that thing. I feel like that has to be something that's tethering it. It's gotta be.
Exalia, you said something about there were. I don't remember you describing the metal they were made of, but when you went poking through the desk.
Mm-hmm. There were 3 extras in Walkie's desk.
Yeah. Do you think you could maybe try and borrow one of them so I could have a look? He kind of taps the side of his. He kind of taps at his medallion.
She would nod. I'm just gonna roll some checks for her.
Stretch. Okay, I will be right back. I need to quick bio break.
Mm-hmm. We're not gonna go too much longer.
Alright.
Yeah, she's fine.
Oh, dang it, I'm suddenly very sleepy. No.
So the current theory is 2 ghosts?
Yeah, so far, who knows?
The current theory is what the fuck.
Yeah.
The current theory is fuck if I know. But 2 ghosts sounds fun and spicy.
I want to know where that box is, because obviously it's been moving around, it's probably important too. But why the fuck is it on fire? Why? Is it just like a...
I mean, you didn't get details as to how the man presumably died.
I know, but it's like, usually when you unalive yourself, most of the time people don't use fire.
I mean, maybe he's a weird dude.
I mean, it would
he
make
didn't
sense if he,
actually-
like, exploded himself, maybe?
Maybe he didn't actually do it himself. Maybe that was just a rumor.
Yeah, because that was also a thought I had, too.
There's no proof that it was actually, self-inflicted death, so, I mean, maybe the bitch died in a house fire and everybody was like, huh.
Because it was, like, a quote-unquote rumor that he killed himself. And what if, Abe actually made it to where he actually just murdered him? I don't know.
Could have just set him on fire.
Yeah, maybe he was just like, get the fuck out, and he said no, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna set you on fire, make it look like you did it yourself.
Maybe they stuck him, they just did a little bit of arson as a treat.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're talking about arson.
As we often are.
So?
Yeah, Exolia diddly bops in and out real quick with a 21 or an
On the
18.
subject
Sexy.
of arson, Asta does have one more comment before scene kind of shifts to Exalia's brief heist. Fire. Why is it fire? Cold would make sense. Cold to slow the... Why is it fire? Kind of mumbled to himself as he's...
I was having a very similar conversation. It's not usual that you would unalive yourself with fire.
I mean, a lot of necromancers keep things cold because it helps prevent decomposition, which means that your shit's more usable. It means bodies aren't falling apart on you.
Well, this thing didn't have a solid body. It was incorporeal, basically. I hit it a couple of times with my spiritual weapon, and it had some resistance, but not... It was like hitting water.
Cool. Great. That's gonna make this fun.
Yeah, it's not a... What is it? A zombie? Yeah, no, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
This is...
I'm not gonna like describe
No,
what
generally-
Athalia does because I think we all generally understand what a thief does when they pop in and out to steal a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
She comes.
imagining humming the Mission Impossible theme song.
She comes back with all three tucked under her arm.
Nice.
Yeah. Astra's gonna have a look at them with.
So she's holding three of them. Two of them are made of a sort of. It's a metal with like a thin coating of like hardened wax around them. And
Yeah.
the third one is just sort of carved metal. And the carved metal one lights up like a beacon.
I think you see Astra kind of squinted a little and then immediately rub at the bridge of his nose. What? I think we found what at least one of them found too. Ow!
Oh. Well, that was remarkably simple.
No, that was the easy part. The hard part is going to be removing the fuckers.
Is there an established
We
protocol
got two options. Convince it to come peacefully, which I don't think is going to be an option for... He kind of gestures at Julius's probably still singed coat.
Mm-hmm.
Or put it down.
So fighting ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Nagi, were you able to get that holy water I asked for?
Yeah, I got it. And she'll hand over the holy water.
You and Exalia need a vial because
Mm-hmm.
all the rest of us have some kind of magic. Yeah. Give me a sec.
I will possibly have to give a trigger warning. By the way.
Oh.
For what?
Implied off-screen unaliving.
Oof.
Not in any graphic detail,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
yeah, the thing lights up.
Yeah. Which I know we've established that there is a way for Asta to sort of mark something as priority.
Mm-hmm.
I assume he's gonna have to do that and then send the thing through and then hand it off when someone comes to pick up, or...
Yes, when someone comes to pick up.
Okay, so he's gonna grab some of the paper from his pack and write very quick. Found something shone in my vision. Seems to be tied to a pair of ghosts on the current job, and he's gonna mark it with urgent, so that hopefully it'll see hopefully it'll hit Tina's desk sooner rather than later.
You push it off into the ether.
With the note of holding on to it until retrieval.
Mm-hmm. During the flagging system simulator.
What was that?
I don't know PK's messages. I don't know what to tell you. Astra's a cop.
Yeah.
Injira email
For bureaucracy.
System Simulator 1000.
So what's the next move?
I mean, as far as Ash is concerned, the next move is try and either find one of the now possible 2 ghosts, or try and find the box again. Well, the contents of the box again.
Okay.
He is going to relay that to the party for.
Well, you found it the first time.
I did.
Going to do it again?
I had enough of a pour through to be familiar enough with the items in it.
Seems like it worked well enough the first time.
And this time I actually have backup.
Yes, I think that's a much smarter plan this time, dearie.
I got sloppy. I'm used to... I was halfway between having...
You don't have to explain yourself to little old me, dear. It's quite alright.
So he's gonna attempt locate object again on probably actually some of the open letters that he found in the box before.
Easily enough.
He's working on the assumption that whatever it was has removed things from the boxes and stored them in different areas now.
Fair enough. Lights up bright. In your vision. I presume y'all having this meeting on, like, I don't know, the first floor?
Something
Yeah,
like that, I think.
That's where we normally hang out, right?
Yeah. It lights up above you.
Okay, up.
Aster, you follow this trail leading you upstairs, up onto the 3rd floor in the guest room side of the building, and it leads you down into the western guest room, otherwise known as Burnville.
Oh.
The door is shut, but it is inside, as far as you can tell.
I assume the rest of the party followed?
Yeah.
Good.
We're not leaving you alone like last time.
This time he's actually trying to communicate.
Yeah. Next time, Aster, don't go off on your own.
So
Oh my god.
Are you opening the door?
Yeah, he's certainly trying to open the door.
When you put your hands on the door, you can feel something that seems like radiant heat. And when you open the door, the room itself seems at least slightly more cleaned since the last time you were in here, as if, the house is just kind of slowly doing it piecemeal.
Yeah.
However, that all is lost under the flickers of blue ember that arise from between the ashes and poke out from the walls and the floor, where in the back corner, hunched over a small crate, is the ghost you saw this morning, Julius, seemingly going through the contents itself. And as the door opens, his head turks up and peeks over his shoulder, and you just hear a, "God damn it."
Master Peterson, may we speak for a moment?
His eyes lock on you, Aster.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes,
Aster is not making himself small, he is standing.
yeah, he goes, "I'll pass." And he casts Firebolt at you.
Oh,
And that is where we're going to stop session.
Wow. Figures.
Ah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we figured out that the ghost is indeed Peterson. Good lord.
Well, that sure was a ghost. Can't wait to get fireballed next session.
Does anyone have counterspell at all?
Can we stop dying? Not
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's not a spell we can have yet, I don't think.
No, it's a spell we can
Well,
have.
level 5.
I did not take counterspell because I had other shit
Oh,
to take.
yeah, no, I took haste because I just wanted to, like, haste Nagi, so yeah, I don't have it either.
Clerics don't get it, otherwise I'd have it prepared.
It's firebolt, not fireball.
Yeah, I was like,
That's a lot more. I'm a little more.
Okay,
relaxed.
because I heard fireball and was like, oh, you are all dead.
I was like, God damn it!
I also had fireball.
Sorry, I sort of swallowed the tea.
You are okay. That was funny. It was a funny moment of oh fuck.
I'll pass fireball. Just kidding.
We're probably fine. I mean, what? Aster's tough. He can take a firebolt.
We're gonna burn down the manor.
God.
Manor's burned down. There's a sacrifice that has to be made.
At least your life isn't
Small-
in danger anymore.
Small price to pay for Ghost.
God.
You can purchase many ghosts for one firebolt.
Many ghosts. Especially if it's high enough level.
God.
Okay.